Yo, welcome back. Happy New Year, everybody. We're in 2025 and we are on episode 9 of the first time watching Book of Genesis. And we're on chapter 25 to 27. I can't believe it. We're over halfway now. So if you're still with me, we've nearly done half of the book, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, with that being said, it's good to see you all and let's roll.
25. Abraham married Keturah, and they had 6 sons: Zimran, Jokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. Later, Jokshan became the father of Sheba and Dedan. And when Dedan grew up, he had 3 sons: Ashurim, Letushim, and Laamim. Midian also had 5 sons: Ephah, Epher, Hanok, Abida, and Eldaah. While Abraham was still alive, he gave gifts to the son of Hagar and Keturah. He also sent their sons to live in the east far from his son Isaac, and when Abraham died, he left everything to Isaac. Abraham died at the ripe old age of 175. His sons Isaac and Ishmael.
Okay. What I'm going to do, I think when a little bit later on down the line, maybe when we finish the book, is I'm going to do a live stream so you can all help me come on and do the family tree. That's what I really want to do. That's probably what I'm going to do on a live stream. I think that would be really cool because I need your help. I have started doing it and writing it down in my book, but maybe we should do this together. Homestead, you said you've got some stuff, so we can all, whatever, everybody's got resources and probably know, and we can sit and we'll build the family tree from the start, from the very start. It's Adam and Eve, but obviously it will probably be Moses, I suppose, because after the ship, but I suppose Adam and Eve will be because it's part. Yeah. You know what I mean, people. Let's carry on.
Of Hebron in Machpelah cave, that was part of the field Abraham had bought from Ephron, son of Zohar the Hittite. Abraham was buried there beside his wife Sarah. God blessed Isaac after this, and Isaac moved to a place called the Well of the Living One Who Sees Me. Ishmael was the son of Abraham and Hagar, the slave woman of Sarah. Ishmael had 12 sons in this order: Nebaioth, Kedar, Adbeel, Mibzam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad.
I love how they just slip in there like, oh, the slave woman. Yeah, slave woman.
Tema, Jeter, Naphish, and Kedemah. Each of Ishmael's sons was a tribal chief, and a village was named after each of them. Ishmael had settled in the land east of his brothers, and his sons settled everywhere from Havilah to Shur, east of Egypt on the way to Asher. Ishmael was 137 when he died. Isaac was the son of Abraham, and he was 40 years old when he married Rebekah.
Again, 137. I thought that God said that he was going to limit. Nobody's going to live past 120 again. So that's another person who's gone past 120.
Daughter of Bethuel. She was also the sister of Laban the Aramean from northern Syria. Almost 20 years later, Rebekah still had no children. So Isaac asked the Lord to let her have a child, and the Lord answered his prayer. Before Rebekah gave birth, she knew she was going to have twins because she could feel them inside her fighting each other. She thought,
"Why is this happening to me?"
Finally, she asked the Lord why her twins were fighting, and he told her,
"Your 2 sons will become 2 separate nations. The younger of the 2 will be stronger, and the older son will be his servant."
When Rebekah gave birth, the first baby was covered with red hair, so he was named Esau. The second baby grabbed onto his brother's heel, so they named him Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when they were born. As Jacob and Esau grew older, Esau liked the outdoors and became a good hunter, while Jacob settled down and became a shepherd. Esau would take the meat of wild animals to his father Isaac, and so Isaac loved him more. But Jacob was his mother's favorite son.
Because he took him food. He preferred one over the other. Wow.
One day, Jacob was cooking some stew when Esau came home hungry and said,
"I'm starving to death. Give me some of that red stew right now."
That's how Esau got the name Edom. Jacob replied,
"Sell me your rights as the firstborn son."
"I'm about to die,"
Esau answered.
What good will those rights do me?
But Jacob said,
Promise me your birthrights here and now.
and that's what Esau did. Jacob then gave Esau some bread and some of the bean stew, and when Esau had finished eating and drinking, he just got up and left, showing how little he thought of his rights as the firstborn. Genesis 26. Once during Abraham's lifetime, the fields had not produced enough grain, and now the same thing happened. So Isaac went to King Abimelech of the Philistines in the land of Gerar, because the Lord had appeared to Isaac and said,
Isaac, stay away from Egypt. I will show you where I want you to go. You will live there as a foreigner, but I will be with you and bless you. I will keep my promise to your father Abraham by giving this land to you and your descendants. I will give you as many descendants as there are stars in the sky, and I will give your descendants all of this land. They will be a blessing to every nation on earth, because Abraham did everything I told him to do.
Isaac moved to Gerar with his beautiful wife Rebekah. He was afraid that someone might kill him to get her, so he told everyone that Rebekah was his sister. After Isaac had been there a long time, King Abimelech looked out a window and saw Isaac hugging and kissing Rebekah. Abimelech called him in and said,
Rebekah must be your wife. Why did you say she is your sister?
Because I thought someone would kill me.
Isaac answered.
Don't you know what you've done?
Abimelech exclaimed.
If someone had slept with her, you would have made our whole nation guilty.
Then Abimelech warned his people that anyone who even touched Isaac or Rebekah would be put to death. Isaac planted grain and had a good harvest that same year.
So that's a repeat of the other story. It's like a repeat. I don't know, we've heard that story. That's happened before. Except I think it was the king actually married her, didn't he? It's back. I still need to go over what we're going over. It's I've had a long break over Christmas and it's a bit fuzzy.
The Lord blessed him, and Isaac was so successful that he became very rich. In fact, the Philistines were jealous of the large number of sheep, goats, and slaves that Isaac owned, and they stopped up the wells that Abraham's servants had dug before his death. Finally, Abimelech said,
Isaac, I want you to leave our country. You have become too powerful to stay here.
Isaac left and settled in Gerar Valley, where he cleaned out those wells that the Philistines had stopped up. Isaac also gave each of the wells the same name that Abraham had given to them. While his servants were digging in the valley, they found a spring-fed well. But the shepherds of Gerar Valley quarreled with Isaac's shepherds and claimed the water belonged to them. So the well was named Quarrel, because they had quarreled with Isaac. Isaac's servants dug another well, and the shepherds also quarreled about it. So that well was named Jealous. Finally, they dug one more well. There was no quarreling this time, and the well was named Lots of Room, because the Lord had given them room and would make them very successful. Isaac went on to Beersheba, where the Lord appeared to him that night, and told him,
Don't be afraid. I am the God who was worshipped by your father Abraham, my servant. I will be with you and bless you, and because of Abraham, I will give you many descendants.
Isaac built an altar there and worshipped the Lord. Then he set up camp, and his servants started digging a well. Meanwhile, Abimelech had left Gerar and was taking his advisor Ahuzzath and his army commander Phicol to see Isaac. When they arrived, Isaac asked,
Why are you here? Didn't you send me away because you hated me?
They answered,
We now know for certain that the Lord is with you, and we have decided there needs to be a peace treaty between you and us. So let us make a solemn agreement not to harm each other. Remember, we have never hurt you, and when we sent you away, we let you go in peace. The Lord has truly blessed you.
Isaac gave a big feast for them, and everyone ate and drank. Early the next morning, Isaac and the others made a solemn agreement. Then he let them go in peace. Later that same day, Isaac's servants came and said,
We've struck water.
So Isaac named the well Shibah, and the town is still called Beersheba. When Esau was 40, he married Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Basemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite. But these two women brought a lot of grief to his parents, Isaac and Rebekah. Genesis 27. After Isaac had become old and almost blind, he called in his firstborn son Esau, who asked him,
Father, what can I do for you?
Isaac replied,
I am old and might die at any time. So take your bow and arrows, then go out in the fields and kill a wild animal. Cook some of that tasty food that I love so much and bring it to me. I want to eat it once more and give you my blessing before I die.
Rebekah had been listening, and as soon as Esau left to go hunting, she said to Jacob,
I heard your father tell Esau to kill a wild animal and cook some tasty food for your father before he dies. Your father said this because he wants to bless your brother with the Lord as his witness. Now, my son, listen carefully to what I want you to do. Go and kill 2 of your best young goats and bring them to me. I'll cook the tasty food that your father loves so much. Then you can take it to him so he can eat it and give you his blessing before he dies.
My brother Esau is a hairy man,
Jacob reminded her.
and I am not. If my father touches me and
Oh, that's very naughty, isn't it?
realizes I am trying to trick him, he will put a curse on me instead of giving me a blessing.
Rebekah insisted.
Let his curse fall on me. Just do what I say and bring me the meat.
So Jacob brought the meat to his mother, and she cooked the tasty food that his father liked. Then she took Esau's best clothes and put them on Jacob. She also covered the smooth part of his hands and neck with goatskins, and gave him some bread and the tasty food she had cooked. Jacob went to his father and said,
Father, here I am.
Which one of my sons are you?
his father asked. Jacob replied,
I am Esau, your firstborn, and I have done what you told me. Please sit up and eat the meat I have brought. Then you can give me your blessing.
Isaac asked,
My son, how did you find an animal so quickly?
The Lord your God was kind to me.
Jacob answered.
My son,
Isaac said,
come closer where I can touch you and find out if you really are Esau.
Jacob went closer. His father touched him and said,
You sound like Jacob, but your hands feel hairy like Esau's.
And so Isaac blessed Jacob, thinking he was Esau. Isaac asked,
Are you really my son Esau?
Yes, I am.
Jacob answered. So Isaac told him,
Serve me the wild meat, and I can give you my blessing.
Jacob gave him some meat, and he ate it. He also gave him some wine, and he drank it. Then Isaac said,
Son, come over here and kiss me.
While Jacob was kissing him, Isaac caught the smell of his clothes and said,
The smell of my son is like a field the Lord has blessed. God will bless you, my son, with dew from heaven and with fertile fields, rich with grain and grapes. Nations will be your servants and bow down to you. You will rule over your brothers, and they will kneel at your feet. Anyone who curses you will be cursed. Anyone who blesses you will be blessed.
Right after Isaac had given Jacob his blessing and Jacob had gone, Esau came back from hunting. He cooked the tasty food, brought it to his father, and said,
Father, please sit up and eat the meat I've brought you, so you can give me your blessing.
Who are you?
Isaac asked.
I am Esau, your firstborn son.
Isaac started trembling and said,
Then who brought me some wild meat right before you came in? I ate it and gave him a blessing that cannot be taken back.
Esau cried loudly and begged.
Father, give me a blessing too.
Isaac answered,
Your brother tricked me and stole your blessing.
Esau replied,
My brother deserves the name Jacob because he has already cheated me twice. The first time he cheated me out of my rights as the firstborn son, and now he has cheated me out of my blessing.
Then Esau asked his father,
Don't you still have any blessing left for me?
My son,
Isaac answered,
I have made Jacob the ruler over you and your brothers, and all of you will be his servants. I have also promised him all the grain and grapes that he needs. There's nothing left that I can do for you.
Father,
Esau asked,
don't you have more than one blessing? You can surely give me a blessing too.
Then Esau started crying again. So his father said,
Your home will be far from that fertile land where dew comes down from the heavens. You will live by the power of your sword and be your brother's slave. But when you decide to be free, you will break loose.
Esau hated his brother Jacob because he had stolen the blessing that was supposed to be his. So he said to himself,
Just as soon as my father dies, I'll kill Jacob.
When Rebekah found out what Esau planned to do, she sent for Jacob and told him,
Son, your brother Esau is just waiting for the time when he can kill you. Now listen carefully and do what I say. Go to the home of my brother Laban in Haran and stay with him for a while. When Esau stops being angry and forgets what you have done to him, I'll send for you to come home. Why should I lose both of my sons on the same day?
Rebekah later told Isaac,
Those Hittite wives of Esau are making my life miserable.
What does
If
they do?
Jacob marries a Hittite woman, I'd be better off dead.
Oh. There we go, peeps. Another episode down. We're getting there. We are getting there. If we can get through this one and move on to the next one and the next one, then we're going to get to all the juicy stuff. But let me know if you would be interested in coming on the live and helping me out with putting the whole family tree. So my vision is this. I really am using this for educational purposes because I want to read all of these books and do all the controversial stuff that's out there and try and see how certain names that pop up in different books are related. So for me, fundamentally, is to really try and understand the Bible as best I can, whatever copy it is. We're getting the gist of it. So a big part of this for me is the names and where they go to, what parts of the world where they start, building their nations and who that family member is. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'd love to do it on a live. So let me know if there's a few of you that would want to do that. It won't be now. It's probably going to be once we've got through the book, in all honesty, that I'll do it. And I'll find a template or something where we can put them in and then people can just shout out who it is and what is what if you got a copy of a book handy and stuff like that. But yeah, another one done. So appreciate it, people. Thank you for keep turning up. To let you know, everybody who come from the Red or Blue Pill and is here, I'm not going to be posted as much on there. So it's probably going to be weekly. Maybe every Saturday is what I'm looking to do on the Red or Blue Pill. And just make it better quality and less often. But yeah, so thank you, and I will see you again. I will probably do another one of these tomorrow, so I'm going to get these out. I want to try and get the Book of Genesis done. That's my goal for the next couple of weeks. So yeah, but yeah, if you've got any questions, just zip them in the comment section. I will be happy to answer them. I've also got an email from somebody, which is a very long email, and I am going to read it. So if that's you, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And I will. I'm just getting around to it. I did start reading it, and then I realised it was going to be a long read. So I've sort of just stopped it for the minute, but I will read it and come back to you. Really appreciate it. And yeah, it's really nice to see people just helping out, wanting to help out for no reason, and spend time to put that email together. So I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody that turns up, everyone, all of you. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.